go to RHy&x.
Hey, it's Roger. I'm on location at Cresswind Wesley Chapel. Man, we are cooking with gas in this neighborhood. The amenity center's open. The e-gym is open. Exciting. And I'm in the Sydney model. You know, if you've ever been here, you go down through that little kind of maze to all the models. And the last one is the one my wife keeps talking about. But I don't live in a Sydney here. I live in a Paige here with my wife, who thinks she likes the Sydney. And I'm going to ask a question of Marcy Sacks. If you're a subscriber, you've heard me mention her as the interior designer that we helped move down from New York City. And she's really helped us in our house, which is a Paige, but she's also helping somebody with a Sydney right now. She just had a phone consultation with them. And I want you to listen to her thoughts about the Sydney. Do you think the Sydney's too big?
So the Sydney can be too big for people, and they feel that it's a little bit ominous. The interesting thing about the Paige is that the Paige can be done as multi-generational. It's shown that way here. It's not shown that way in the Paige, but it can be done that way with just a little aftermarket tweak. And multi-generational, if that's what you really need, then the Paige could be exactly the right size for you.
Well, of course, I like the Paige. My wife is always right. That's why I put her with her, because she's always right. And we had looked at a Madison plan, and my wife, nah. And we found this Paige that was halfway done. And everybody's got a button. Our button was we need to get out of our little cul-de-sac with all the kids. So we took one that was halfway done. But with what I'm hearing today is right, I'm sure it is, because Marcy understands space, and she understands how to revise. She's got carpenters, she's got electricians, she's got people that's under her arm, so to speak, that she releases, as she did with her carpenters, to help us build out some things that we needed. So talk to us about how that would be done in the Paige to make it multi-generational.
So with just a tweak of like where one wall, where the entrance is, you could still have the mother-in-law suite, and it's really actually easier than you would think, and I can make that happen for you. But I do want to tell you another story, Roger. Would you come with me?
Sure.
So I was working with someone that really loves these windows, and they have a dining set that has a credenza and a china cabinet that was a beloved family member that has since passed. It was a non-negotiable that they wanted to take it with them. They were trying to figure out what do they do. They certainly aren't going to block these windows. So what we decided to do was we decided to take the bottom portion of the china cabinet, we refinished the top, and we still have the beloved piece from the family member without losing the windows. Magic.
Wow, so you cut the piece kind of in half?
No, we just didn't take half of it. We still were honoring the memory of the person that had given them that piece, and we made it work within the space. It's not all or nothing all the time. Sometimes there's something that you might not have thought about that I can lead you to, because that's the way my mind works.
Well, I got kind of a personal testimony about that, because I don't know if you know this about her, but she's also a Hunter Douglas rep, and you know, that's part of it, right? My wife always warned me, if we move, we're going to get new drapes. Okay, well, Marcy helped us with all the window coverings, including drapes. But even beyond that, thinking through light fixtures, thinking, you know, too big, too small, scale, she helped us with that. And she's got vendors for all that stuff. In other words, every penny we've spent with her has been like gold. And so I really highly advise her. Now talk about space and scope and scale.
The house is not a home until it has your touches on it, and we have to make some decisions. Maybe the way you see it in the model is not going to work with you. I have some people that have several people in their family, they want to entertain, and if the great room is set up for seating for 6, that just isn't enough. So we go through and we take all of the parameters that are going to work for you and make sure that the size, the scale, the perspective, the colors, how everything really looks. When you walk into a model, it's amazing. But we have to take the pieces that you are taking with you and the pieces that are on your shopping list and make it all cohesive.
Well, here's another case in point. You know, it's kind of like having a buyer agent. A lot of you think, hey, I'll just go to the model home and I'll use their agent and that's my agent. Well, you'd be surprised how many times we hear it said, hey, I would never have thought to ask that question, and having a buyer agent's really important. Well, guess what? It was funny. Now we've got this new house, we need some new furniture, and we go over to Bassett why did I go to Bassett without her? Why would I go to Bassett without her? She was helpful all the way along the way in the process. What are some things you consider when you're buying furniture?
So you have to decide where you want your pattern. Is the pattern going to be in the area rug? Is the pattern going to be in your pillows? Maybe the pattern is going to be in your drapes, or maybe you don't like pattern at all. But you still have to make sure that you have a cohesive color palette and we're doing things correctly. Nobody likes an expensive mistake.
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah, for
so
sure.
Tell us about the scope of your services. And
so it all starts with you. It's all about you. It's all about what are your non-negotiables that you have to take, how are we going to incorporate that into your new space, and then what really is on your shopping list, and an honest accounting of what you really want to spend. There's never any judgment if you want to go modest in a particular room. I love dispelling all of the stereotypes of what working with a traditional interior designer is. It should be a happy, fun, effective experience, and I would love to be your resource.
Wow. Well, it's funny. I've got so many stories with her. So in our kitchen, it was a little dark because everything's extended out, big patio and all that. And by the time you go back to the kitchen, so I said, I'm going to get a skylight. I'm going to buy a Solitude. And Marcy stands at the kitchen counter and she says, no, 2. I thought, really? 2? Okay, I got 2. Man, very happy that I listened to this young lady. Marcy, what's a good phone number for you?
704-503-9721. That's 704-503-9721.
And the name of your company is?
Romancing the Home Interiors. If you're not in love with your home, we should chat.
I've created a monster. When she first came to town, I said, video, let's do video, video, video. Look at her now, right? She's ready for prime time. All right, guys. See you in the next video.
Go to RHy&x.com.